Okay, this video is totally inspired by Phil at Daddy Cooks. So if you feel like you've seen this video before, you have. And it's not like this is a total rip-off. I mean, I came up with this idea like 6 years ago. It's just that I likely never would have thought to do the video if Phil hadn't done his. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be cooking ribs again in an itty bitty. Phil, I've thought about it. I'm totally ripping off your video. Okay, first off, before we even get started, I want to make a case for you. If you haven't bought a grill already and you're looking for a portable grill, this is the Jumbo Joe by Weber. It's 18 inches around, which is basically the same size as a large Big Green Egg or Kamado Joe. This is a much more functional size, and it's still very portable. If you haven't already invested in a portable grill, I'd encourage you to consider going this route first. It is a little bit more money, but I think you get a little more bang for your buck. I'll put a link to this in the description so you can see it. So as I mentioned earlier, Phil made this great video where he cooked ribs on his itty bitty kettle, in this case the Smokey Joe. And what he did was he took a brick and put it in the middle, and he put his charcoal on this side and he put his ribs on this side, and he cooked beautiful ribs. I mean, they turned out fantastic. But one of the things that he ran into was a lack of grill space. And I was thinking about this, like I said, this was years ago, and I was trying to figure out how to get more grill space out of my Smokey Joe, and I had an idea. I was like, what if I could make a plate setter for the Smokey Joe? And if you don't know what the plate setter is, it's a heat diffuser that usually comes with like a Big Green Egg or a Kamado that sits between the fire and the meat to create an indirect zone. And those things work really, really well for those types of grills. So I thought, I wonder if I could do that for the Smokey Joe. And this is what I came up with. So let me take this off. So what this is a vegetable pan. It's a very cheap one. You only need steel. You don't have to pay for stainless steel, and you shouldn't pay for non-stick. There's no point. I got this at Lowe's on clearance one year. I think it was Lowe's. It was super cheap. I couldn't find it on the website, but I did find one that's very similar, and I'll put a link to that in the description. It's a 12-inch. What you want is a 12-inch vegetable pan. They usually come with a handle that connected right here. I dremeled this off, and then I attached these feet right here. These are just carriage bolts, and I would tell you what size, but I don't remember. At the end of the day, just get small ones, and just plan on, I think 3 would do the trick. I used 4. I don't think that was the best way to do it. I think if I had to do it again, I'd use 3, and I'd probably get 3-inch ones, and then plan on just dremeling off the extra material if you are so inclined. I mean, you don't have to. I think it'd make it easier. And the idea is you stick these feet in right here, and they kind of splay out. And imagine like if you're trying to give a cat a bath and how it'd go, you know? Well, that's kind of how this works. You put your charcoal and your wood chunks in place, and then you set this in over the charcoal, and you put your grate over that. And that gives you a full 12 inches of indirect heat for cooking your ribs, or I actually used it to cook chicken a lot, but it worked really, really well for me. The only thing I would suggest is I will either foil this to catch drippings and to act as more of a heat diffuser, because this does have holes in it, or I will take a cheap flower pot. In fact, I'll just show you. This part is not an original idea. This is something that people with Weber Smokey Mountains have been doing for years in their drip pans. But this is a cheap flower pot. I think it was $5 at Home Depot. Flower pot base. And so Like I said, I think I got this for $5 or $6. And I will foil that, and that creates a little bowl for the drippings to go into. And then when you peel off the paper, it's a lot easier. When you peel off when you peel off the foil, it makes it real easy to clean up. So this sits in here like this in the middle. This part is optional. I just like it because it also adds a little ceramic heat sink to the whole unit, which something this small can really use. And that's how we make ribs. In fact, that's how we're gonna make ribs today. I'll get this going and make some ribs, and I think you'll like it. It's kind of cool. There it is. That's our full rack of baby back ribs on a Smokey Joe all at once. Okay, it's been 3 hours and I had to move the grill around because the sun is blazing down on the other spot and it's creating some lighting issues. So I moved the grill over here, and that's one thing nice about a portable grill is you can just pick it up and move it. So let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, that looks really good. That looks really good. Everything's coming along about like you'd expect. I've come out about every hour to check on it, and I've moved them around, swapped places. I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure that was necessary because they seem to be cooking. Cooking pretty evenly. This side's cooking a little faster because that's the thinner part of the rack. But other than that, this is it's coming along nicely. So I will put the lid back on these before the grill gets out of control here. So we're 5 hours into this cook, and about an hour ago I put these ribs in foil, and this totally reminds me of Heavy Metal Barbecue is a channel on YouTube. You should go check him out. About a few weeks ago, he asked a question: when you foil your ribs, do you put the shiny part on the inside or on the outside? And so this totally reminded me of him. Apparently, I put it on the inside. So, but you should go check out his channel, because if you like grill hack videos like this, you'd love his channel, because his entire channel is a grill hack. And so go check him out and let him know I sent you. I'm gonna unfoil these off camera and I'll bring them back and show them to you one last time. And so I'll be right back in just a second. Okay, here's the ribs. Total cook time was 5.5 hours. They are sauced up and ready to go. This is going to be the last chance you get to look at them, because I've got hungry people waiting inside for dinner. So these are going to be devoured in about 20 seconds after I turn off the camera. So hope you guys enjoyed this cook. And I hope it showed you what you can do. All you have to do is get one of those vegetable baskets, not the bowls, the ones that are in the shape of a pan. And I'll put a link to it in the content or in the description section. And then you just put the little feet on it and cover it with foil, and you're all set. These smell good. I can't wait to eat them. Thanks for watching. One more thing before I go. Phil at the Daddy Cooks channel. I want to thank you for the inspiration for this video. I've watched you long enough to know that you're going to get, if you happen to see this video, you're going to get a kick out of it. You're not going to be mad or anything like that. More importantly, I want to thank you. I know you got to be cryptic about what you do for a living on YouTube, so I'll be cryptic as well. But there's a lot of us that appreciate the sacrifices that you and your family and other people that do what you do have done. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and I really appreciate it, and may God keep you safe and protected, and just thank you very much. Can't wait till your next video, buddy, and until then, we'll see you.